Now, talk about making our lives easier for creativity and filmmakers and whatnot. We have tonight CEO Emery Wells of Frame.io. Here we go. Emery, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. How you guys doing? My name is Emery Wells. I'm the CEO of Frame.io. And by quick show of hands, how many of you guys have heard of Frame.io? Cool. It's quite a bit of you, and that's awesome to see. So I'm not going to cover the basics. I'm just going to focus on the new good stuff. For those of you who have never heard of Frame.io, we're a video review and collaboration platform. I'm here to talk to you about my software company, but I think it's important to note for most of my career, I haven't been up on this stage. I've been in the audience. I've been coming to NAB for nearly 20 years as a filmmaker, excited to learn about the new tools that would enable me to practice my craft. Prior to Frame.io, I actually owned a post facility. This is me, circa 2009. I can't tell you how many thousands of hours I spent in front of that grading panel. I've lived in the trenches as an editor and motion graphics artist and colorist. Many of you may be familiar with my work. I graded all of the Saturday Night Live digital shorts and commercial parodies for nearly 4 seasons. Frame.io was built in my post house to solve our own problems. There was nothing theoretical about what we were building. There was no hypothesis about the problems we were solving. We knew what to solve because we lived it every single day. Sometimes when you use software that's designed for post-production, you ask yourself, do these companies really know what we do? Like, really? Well, now you guys have somebody on the inside. So if you'll indulge me, I'd like to give you a quick company update. Since launching just 3 years ago here at NAB, I'm proud to announce that Frame.io has grown from 0 users to over 500,000. You guys can clap for that. Thank you. Along that journey, we've raised $32 million in venture capital from some of the very best investors in the world. They invested because we have a vision for the future of creative collaboration. Today, we're previewing some of that vision with a sneak peek of the all-new Frame.io coming later this summer. But as filmmakers, we like to show and not tell. So we put together a video, which I'd love to show you now. So the story that we're telling here is that, yes, Frame.io is for video collaboration, but filmmaking is a composite of all the creative arts. It's photography, illustration, writing, design, and music. The next version of Frame.io will expand on our collaboration toolset to work with all the types of creative media that you work with during the video creation process. Frame.io will increasingly become your command central for the entire video operation. So we're introducing 3 new content types. The first is a multi-page PDF viewer, which is great for storyboards and scripts. It also includes page-based annotations. The next is an advanced image viewer. Our new image viewer will support hundreds of raw images in full resolution up to 8K. The image viewer is packed with features. It has an image map and a loop mode, so you can really utilize Frame.io in photography-heavy projects. And of course, 50% of video is audio. So we have some great new tools for working with audio, like being able to see waveforms and audio meters, and this is all just running in the browser. We're improving our core collaboration toolset. We've always had frame-based comments, but now we're including range-based comments. So you can leave a comment from an in to an out point. I'll accept gratuitous applause as well. We're introducing @mentions, so you can more easily communicate with your colleagues, and also comment attachments. All right. The next version of the player will introduce something we're calling presence. Presence allows you to see who's watching in real time. It'll even show you where someone is watching in the timeline. Presence is all about promoting serendipitous collaboration. If you see that your colleague is watching, it'll likely spur a conversation right then and there. In addition to seeing who's currently watching, we're also going to show you historical views, so who's viewed, when they last viewed, and the total number of views. On the project dashboard, we're improving the organization with new global file search, so you can search for any file across any project. And you'll also be able to search by a lot of the file's metadata. We're also introducing a new custom list view, which will allow you to populate columns with any of the metadata attributes that we track. The next version of Frame.io is also going to be fully enterprise ready. So for us, that means 3 things. First is watermarking. You'll be able to watermark all incoming assets, and you'll be able to customize that watermarking in your account settings. The next is media lifecycle policies. So if you work in a large facility with hundreds or thousands of people uploading to Frame.io, chances are they don't clean up after themselves. Media lifecycle policies allow you to define a policy that says if an asset hasn't been touched in X number of days, either move it or remove it from Frame.io. How many of you wish you could use Frame.io but work in a security paranoid environment? Quite a few. Security is a really important topic for us. So I actually have some good news. Frame.io was built with a focus on security from the very beginning. But as a young company, we didn't have the resources to jump through all the security and compliance requirements. And there's a lot. There's MPAA, SOC 1 and SOC 2, ISO 27000. I've learned a ton about this stuff. But it's important. It's not just important, it's critical. Earlier this year, we announced that we're investing millions of dollars into a new security program, and we're making security a core pillar of our product offering. As we looked around at the market, we saw an opportunity to not just meet the highest standards of security, but far exceed them. Frame.io is going to lead the market in cloud security. We've hired a team of cybersecurity PhDs. These are leading cloud security engineers who are going above and beyond what the studios require. And later this summer, we'll be fully compliant with MPAA and SOC 2 Type 1. If you don't know what any of that stuff means, just know that the content you upload to Frame.io is going to be very, very secure. So that's a quick look at the all-new Frame.io. We'll be rolling these features out this summer, and you can sign up for early access at frame.io/2018. All right, so I knew I couldn't come to NAB with just a future announcement, so we do have one more announcement I'd like to share. How many of you guys have to upload big files? All of us, right? We all have to upload big files. It's par for the course. How many of you have uploaded big files overnight only to discover that they failed in the morning? Right? Also happens all the time. So we've been working hard on something, and I think we've solved it. Frame.io has always been known for our accelerated file transfer. It's consistently been benchmarked as one of the fastest solutions in existence. But uploading from a browser isn't always the most practical solution, especially for very large batches of files. And in a dailies workflow, you're often rendering out from something like Resolve or Onset Dailies. Wouldn't it be great if you could just set your render and have your dailies available online the next morning? Well, we have a new product that we launched yesterday here at NAB. And of course, we put together a video to tell you more. Who's excited to upload some files? So Frame.io watch folders are the simplest and most effective way to integrate with all your creative apps. It's totally accelerated, it's completely secure and encrypted. Most importantly to me, it's totally indestructible. We tested this uploader in every way we could imagine. On super high latency connections, on super slow connections. We restarted our computers, we ripped out the hard drives that the media was being uploaded from. When all the conditions are back to normal, the upload is going to resume exactly where it left off. And lastly, it'll also preserve all the folder structures in the watch folders that you select. It's available as a free download from the Mac App Store. It comes free with your existing subscription to Frame.io, and it's available right now. Lastly, we wanted to create something special for Frame.io's 3rd anniversary. You may not remember everything I've set up on this stage and everything that I've shown you, but I do hope that you see the care and the craft we put into our marketing and our products. And I hope that it helps you understand what we value. Frame.io values great filmmaking and great craftsmanship. Creating a world-class brand is all about communicating those values. So how do we do it? Well, if we were Nike, we could celebrate great athletes. If we were Apple, we could celebrate great innovators. At Frame.io, we want to celebrate great filmmakers. So we've been working on something pretty special for the past few weeks. It's a new brand film that represents exactly who we are and exactly why we're here. It's part of a new series called Frame.io Masters, and I'm so pleased that the very first in this new series is about my good friend, Mark Toya. I'd love to show you guys. Please crank up the audio, and I hope you like it.
This question was posed to me. Why do I do it? Why do I do what I do? Straight up, no bull. 2 things. The love of creating art and being paid for it. I fell in love with photography the moment I looked into the viewfinder of a friend's camera. Watching that image slowly fall into focus was like, wow. What started as a simple hobby quickly turned into an obsession, with just wanting to learn everything I could. I was a below average student, but a gifted child artist. I could pretty much paint and draw anything at a very young age. I remember vividly a teacher pulled me aside, thinking he was doing the right thing, and said to me in his very stern teacher voice, "Art doesn't pay. Forget about this art crap. Get a real job." That stuck with me forevermore. Art doesn't pay. I grew up, the real world took hold. I got a real job as a steelworker, girlfriend turned into a wife, that turned into a family, with a hobby that was slowly turning into another career. Over time, people started to buy images of me. I remember my very first check from a small yachting magazine for $50. I was speechless. I literally stared at that piece of paper for an hour or more. My head was exploding with ideas. This was a future I had no idea I could have. Ringing in my ears was that bloody teacher. Art doesn't pay. That single check made me shift in 4th gear and hit the gas, pushing myself into many late nights of just learning every photographic technique I could think of. Then moving from photography into motion, watching my photography come to life was another great love, constantly building my knowledge and business skills. Learning all types of computer programs, reinvesting all my profits back into professional cameras, equipment, studios. I just jumped on this huge monster and just rode it around the world. As the hunt, chase and capture of great projects from around the world became even more intoxicating. It's been 25 years since that check came in the mail. I've filmed around the planet many times over, captured amazing faces in the most amazing places. The world gets smaller for me each year, but my aspirations are getting bigger now than ever. This is an industry not for the meek and lazy, as this world is fast and furious. With affordable equipment flooding into the marketplace, there is no excuses anymore. It's not about the tools you use, it's about your execution of your idea and trying to get your imagination onto a screen. I say learn and embrace all new technologies, as they're all designed to shape and craft your vision. Share with the world and collaborate with others, as ideas get bigger when like-minded people get together. This is a new age, and video content is the new language of the day. 1,000 words can be thought or spoken of from a single image. Video has built new empires and toppled old dictatorship and moved from dark rooms into the hands of 2 or 3 billion people. Video is the quickest way to tell a story and the easiest way to share your imagination. All this said, I did prove to myself my teacher was wrong, but it makes me smile because, although he'll never know it, his words are part of my verse. And this is why I do what I do. I'm Mark Toyer, and I'm a Frame.io master.
Emery Wells, everybody from Frame.io. Okay.